All right. Good morning, everybody. I just want to go over the lab that you're expected to do today. So this is a heart rate lab. So first thing you're gonna have to do is make sure you can find your pulse. So when you find your pulse, you're gonna take the one arm. Your pulse is going to be found on the side of the thumb here, on the wrist, on the side of this bone here. You're going to use your middle finger and pointy finger, and you're going to use the tips of your finger, and then you're going to go in that area and press down just slightly, and then you should be able to feel it. So what you do is you count how many beats in 30 seconds, and then you multiply that number by 2, and then that's going to give you beats per minute. So that's the data you'll be collecting in this lab is beats per minute. If you have trouble finding it on the wrist, you can also try to locate it on your neck. And I know I don't know how accurate they are, but I do know that there are free apps for the smartphones that you can find your heart rate that way. Or even if you have one of those Fitbit devices, that can also be used to find your heart rate. All right. So make sure you answer these pre-lab questions. The 4 activities you're going to do: resting, obviously it's your resting pulse rate. So before you do anything, take your pulse rate. That would be your resting. So then you're going to walk for 60 seconds, 60 seconds, maybe up to 2 minutes. Sit down, take your heart rate. You're going to rest a minute. Then you're going to run in place for a minute. You're going to sit down after you run in place, take your heart rate. Then a minute after the resting, you'll take your heart rate again. And then 3 minutes of resting, take your heart rate again. So you want to make sure that you are sitting down when you take your pulse rates. All right. When you're running in place, try to be as active as possible. That's the only way you're going to get your heart rate up. That's the whole purpose of collecting this piece of data here. Now, when you're done, you're going to have to create a graph. So you're going to have to create a bar graph for this. So again, your y-axis is going to be heart rate. When you go ahead and assign values to each of the lines, you have to make sure that each line is the same value. So I can't go on this first line here 5 and then make the next one 6, because once I label this one 5, then every line has to be 5. For the x-axis, you're just labeling it with the activity. So resting, walking, running, 1 minute resting, 3 minutes resting. All right. So the directions on how to create the graph is here. You're going to click edit using the tools on Google Drawing, and then you're going to use that to create the bar graph on this. All right. So let me move down, and then you just have questions that follow. Just a reminder, again, next week, Monday, we're doing live streaming. You will no longer be able to take your own attendance. So that's why it's extremely important that you sign into the Google Meet on time, and also participate in class. And if you have any questions about this lab, please feel free to email me or contact me through Classroom.